Hey there, welcome to this back bending flow. We're going to be working on lots of different poses that help to open up the mid back, the upper back, and the low back. So if you're working on getting deeper in your back bends, this will be a great class for you. We're also going to be moving to the wall about 20 minutes in, so make sure that you're close to a wall. In this class, I'm just going to be using this window because we're not going to be jumping against the wall or doing anything strenuous where we're going to be causing any stress, or you don't need anything load bearing. It's not going to be holding your weight very much, so it's just going to be more of a support. So come up close to a wall, maybe start practicing by the wall, and then whenever we get there, I'll give you some time to move over to the wall. So a little bit about back bends. It's very important for your practice to learn to open up the back, especially if you are anxious to work on inversions. So basically, anytime you practice an inversion, you also need to be working on your back bends. It's all about balance and different things to really balance out your practice. So when you get into this class, you're going to notice that we're going to be doing back bends without counter poses until the very end. We're doing our counter pose at the end because since we're doing so many back bends, we don't want to be bending back and then forward and back and then forward and back and then forward. We don't want to stretch our bodies out too much like a rubber band, and then because then it'll snap. So just hold off. Like if you feel like, oh, I just want to do a forward bend, just relax and stick with me. I promise we'll be doing counter poses at the end. Just stick with this 30-minute practice. It'll help you to open up your back, and I really hope that you enjoy. Starting in child's pose, we're going to warm up our spine very gently, moving like a wave through this little flow. So you might want to watch me for this first one, just so that you know where to go. So from your child's pose, we'll inhale, lift up to hands and knees as you curve your spine, pulling your navel towards the sky, chin to chest, and really pressing through the palms. On the exhale, lower your hips, bend at the elbows, gaze up into cobra pose. Next inhale, we'll lift the hips, keep pulling your navel towards the ground and keeping your gaze turned up towards the sky. And then exhale, we'll come back into child's pose. So that's going to be our wave. This is going to be our warm up. So picture yourself moving like a wave. Inhale, really curve the spine, lift to hands and knees, navel to the sky, chin to chest. Exhale, lower the hips, gaze up, bend at the elbows, cobra pose. Inhale, we lift the hips, pointing the tailbone up and pulling the navel towards the ground. And then exhale, child's pose. So 4 more. Really start to connect each breath with movement. Inhale to cat pose. Exhale, cobra. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, child's pose. Really lower the forehead. Inhale, cat pose. Exhale, cobra. Inhale, cow. Exhale, child's pose. 2 more. Follow your breath. Inhale, cat pose, navel to the sky. Exhale, cobra. Maybe you can get a little bit deeper this time. Inhale, cow pose, pulling the navel towards the ground. And exhale, back into child's pose. Last one. Inhaling like a wave into cat pose. Exhale, cobra, lower the hips.
Inhale back to your cow pose, navel towards the ground, nice back bend. And exhale back into child's pose and rest. Deep inhales through the nose, exhaling through your nose. So one more breath in your child's pose. And then we're going to take 5 more at your own pace. So following that wave, inhale to cat, exhale to cobra, inhale to cow, and exhale child's pose. Follow your breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. 3 more. Last 2, really warming up the spine. Each time we get into our cobra, trying to press a little deeper, waking up, shoulders back. And last one, inhale, cat pose. Exhale, cobra, really pulling the shoulders back, open your heart. Inhale, cow pose, and exhale, child's pose. Beautiful. So next inhale, we'll just come back into box, curl up the toes, and send the hips up into the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up into the sky, toes spread out wide, hip turned inside. Exhale, take a big step forward and plant the foot in between the hands. So we're in a lunge. You can take this on the knee if you need to. Reach your arms up. Inhale, press your hips forward, really lean back, gentle back bend at the top. And exhale, let the hands come down to straddle the foot. Your left leg reaches through your standing split, and then let it meet the right at the top of the mat. Inhale, lift your heart perfectly flat back. Exhale, bow and fold, deep forward bend. Bend your knees and hang your head. Inhale, reach all the way up into standing. And lean back, take a gentle back bend up at the top. Exhale, we'll fold all the way back down into your deep forward bend. Bend at the knees and really hang your head. And then inhale, lift the heart flat back. Exhale, we'll step the right foot back into a lunge on the knee if you need to, or stay on your toes. Arms reach up. Inhale, press your hips forward. Take a little gentle back bend at the top, really gazing up. Exhale, hands come down to straddle the foot. Step the left foot back. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Elbows find that 90-degree angle. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips back and into the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your left leg up into the sky, toes spread out wide, hip turned inside. Exhale, take a big step forward and plant that foot in between the hands. Reach the arms up. Inhale, press the hips forward, really lean back, take a gentle back bend. Exhale, hands straddle the foot. This time, right leg reaches up through your standing split, and then let it meet the left at the top of the mat. Inhale, lift your heart perfectly flat back. Exhale, bow and fold, deep forward bend. Inhale, arms reach up into standing, lean back. Take a gentle back bend, tucking your pelvis under. Exhale, fold right back down into another deep forward bend. Inhale, lift the heart flat back. We'll plant the hands and step the left foot back into your lunge. Arms sweep up. Inhale, press your hips forward. Back bend at the top. Exhale, hands straddle the foot. The right foot steps back to meet the left. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So inhale, we'll bend at the knees and gaze forward. On the exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift your heart perfectly flat back. Exhale, bow and fold into a deep forward bend. We're going to add in a little bit of hand movement. So you're going to interlace your fingers at your low back, press your palms together, and open up the shoulders. So you'll start to lift the hands interlaced off of the low back, starting to stretch the shoulders and pull them towards the front of the room. So we want to keep the palms pressed together. It's very important. So keeping your fingers interlaced, you're going to inhale and reach up and sit back into chair pose as you reach your interlaced fingers towards the back of the room. So you're opening up your heart, then a gentle back bend in your chair pose. On the exhale, we'll fold right back down into deep forward bend. Beautiful job. So unravel your fingers. Inhale, lift your heart. Come to a perfectly flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop to the back of the mat. Find your vinyasa, chaturanga. Elbows come to a 90-degree angle. Inhale, roll yourself through upward facing dog or high cobra. And then on the exhale, lowering to the knees, if you're not there already, we're going to come into our box pose. So resting on your hands and knees, make sure that your wrists, elbows, and shoulders are in one straight line with the knees directly beneath the hips. So we're going to inhale, lift the right leg up into the sky and your left arm. So opposing forces. Inhale, really lengthen your body, reaching fingertips and towards the front and the toes towards the back. On the exhale, curve your spine and pull the elbow towards the knee underneath the torso. And then inhale, open back up. You'll reach back with your left hand and try to catch the right foot. So you might stay right here, pulling the right heel towards the sit bone, stretching the quadricep. Or if you can, you're going to want to kick into that hand and really open up and find your half bow with the left knee down. So really kick into that hand, find your half bow. Take this as deep as your body allows. We'll hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release. Beautiful job. So moving to the other side. Inhale, left leg reaches into the sky and the right arm. Exhale, gather your balance. Inhale, lengthen from the fingers to the toes. Exhale, curving the spine up like a cat. Pull the elbow towards the knee. Inhale, reach back up, open, and bend at the left knee. Reach back with the right hand, catch your foot, and find your half bow. Heel can stay in towards the sit bone, or maybe you can kick into the hand and keep lifting up and find your half bow or your tiger pose. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. So gently release. We'll curl up the toes and lift the hips up into the sky. Downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees to look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift your heart, come to a perfectly flat back. Exhale, bow and fold, deep forward bend with the fingers interlaced at the low back. Press your palms together and really open up the shoulders. Keeping your fingers interlaced, inhale, reach your heart up and sit back into chair pose as your interlaced fingers reach toward the back of the room. And then exhale, bow and fold back into your deep forward bend. Unravel the fingers. Inhale, lift your heart, come to a perfectly flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step both feet back into plank. Knees or toes. Exhale, elbows come to a 90-degree angle. Inhale, roll yourself through upward facing dog or high cobra. And then lowering all the way down to the belly from your cobra pose. And then send your arms down by the side body and lower your forehead or one temple or the other all the way down to the ground. So we're lying down flat on the belly. And just rest here for a second. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through your nose. So inhale and pull the chin back to center. What we're going to do is you're going to bend at your right knee, pulling your heel in towards your sit bone. Reach back with the left hand and try to catch the foot. So we're still lowered onto the belly. So left hand's reaching back, catching the right foot. Reach the right arm forward. Inhale and start to lift the chest. So this is going to be our first level right here. You can stay just right here with just lifting your belly, or if it feels good, kick into the hand and also start to arch your spine, coming into a half bow. And then also, if it feels good, keeping your left leg extended, you can reach it up. We'll hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release completely. One temple or the other. Rest. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. And then we'll come to the other side. Bend your left knee, heel in towards the sit bone. Right hand reaches back and grabs the foot. Left arm reaching forward. Inhale, lift your chest. You can stay here. Maybe kick into the hand and start to find your half bow and really lift the knee off the earth. And if it feels okay, add in the right leg. Extend the right leg back and lift it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. So again, we'll lower back down, one temple or the other. Just find your rest, find your breath. And one more breath. And now let's find our full bow pose. So full bow, you'll bend both knees up to heels towards the sit bones. Reach both hands back. You want to hook your big toes together. So both hands are reaching back, grabbing the tops of the feet. And then you'll inhale and lift your chest. And kick the feet into the hands and really lift up into your bow. and almost trying to lean back so that you're resting on the thighs. And keep lifting, lifting, lifting for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower. Keep your hands resting, grabbing onto the feet unless you absolutely need to release. Try to keep the hands onto the feet. We're lifting right back into our bow pose. Next inhale, lift back up to bow pose. On the exhale, you're going to roll over to the right side. So you're going to roll off of your mat over to the right, gazing up and over the left shoulder. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, roll back to center. And exhale completely through the nose. Next inhale, we lift back up into bow. And exhale, roll over to the left side. 3, 2, and 1. So inhale brings you back to center. And then you're going to release your feet, pressing your hands outside the shoulders, and send yourself back into child's pose and rest. So rest the body. In your child's pose, the knees can be out as wide as the mat, or they can be right next to each other beneath the chest. Hands reaching out in front or maybe back down by the heels. Just go as deep as your body allows. Two more breaths. One more breath. Now you're going to inhale, press yourself back to hands and knees, and then we're going to want to come up to the wall. So if you started at the wall, then great, then just come up to the wall. If you're not at the wall, go ahead, turn your mat and move your mat to the wall. We're going to start to use the wall as a tool for support for our back bends. So first we're going to start with cobra at the wall. So you're going to come up just like you're in cobra. Come all the way up to the wall. Press your chest against the wall. And you're going to keep shimmying your hips forward until you're comfortable at the wall. Because we want to focus on stretching the upper back. Usually the low back is not really the part of the body that we have problem with bending in our back bends. It's usually the upper back that we need to focus on opening up. So press your chest into the wall, and then whenever you get comfortable in your cobra pose, you're going to reach both arms all the way up and turn your gaze up if that feels okay for your neck. And we're going to hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So gently lower yourself down, walking your hands back and pulling your chest back off the wall. You can lower to your belly. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And then exhale through the nose. So next inhale, you just want to roll yourself over so that you're on your back. So resting from the back, you're going to bend your knees, pulling your heels towards your sit bones. Bend at the elbows and press your palms right outside your shoulders, right outside your neck. And we're going to press up into a back bend. So we're going to do this about 5 times so if you need to start in bridge pose, or if you the first couple of times you press up into your back bend, you don't have to press against the wall, but go ahead, watch me. We'll inhale, we're going to press up into our back bend, And then you're gonna walk your hands back towards the wall so that your forearms are touching the wall. And then using your feet, you're gonna keep walking your feet towards the wall until your chest is pressed all the way against the wall. So that's where we're going. You can press yourself up against the wall and hold for 5. You can start with a normal back bend and try to take 5 back bends and press against the wall. Or if you absolutely need to, you can just press up into bridge. Just follow your body. Listen to your body wherever it's telling you to go today. We're practicing warming up the spine and opening up our backs, trying to get a little bit deeper into our back bends. So pressing the chest to the wall is really going to help open up your spine. And of course, if you feel any pain or any pinching in the back, we want to lower down and try to pay attention to those points of pain, if any, and not do that again. So if this is causing you pain, focus on your bridge. If everything is feeling fine, focus on your wheel pose. So we've probably done this about, let's say, 3 times. So press up into 2 more wheel poses, pressing your chest up against the wall. And then lowering back down. Each time trying to get the distance between the feet and the hands a little bit closer. So last one, inhale, press up. And then press the chest to the wall. And exhale, lower. Awesome job. So we're just going to lie here and rest. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a hug. And you can gently rock side to side and massage your low back for about 3, 2, and 1. So next inhale, grab behind your thighs. We'll roll all the way up and stand all the way up. So you'll be standing about halfway in the middle of your mat. So we're right in the middle of the mat. If you were to reach back behind you, you can reach the wall. So go ahead and check that. Make sure that you can reach the wall. And we're going to come into our upward salute. So inhale and reach your arms up into the sky, gazing up. And exhale, lean back. And we really want to lean back and try to touch the wall. And maybe you can tap your fingers to the wall, or maybe you can plant the palms onto the wall. Just follow your breath. And then we'll inhale and gently come back into standing. So again, this might be another place where you just want to watch me for this first one. We'll inhale, press the hips forward, lean back to your upward salute, touch the wall. And then on the exhale, you're going to walk your hands all the way down the wall. Place the hands on the floor, coming into your back bend with the chest at the wall. We've been here before. And then inhale, you're going to walk yourself back up the wall. So we're walking up and down the wall. Going to do this 5 times. If you have a drop back in your practice and you would like to practice without the wall, please feel more than welcome. You do not need to use the wall. If you can do drop backs, it's perfectly fine. This is how we work on our drop backs. So just keep walking up and down the wall. Sometimes you'll use your hands on the wall, 4 or 5 times walking up. And then eventually, as you get used to doing this, as you get used to pressing into the feet and using your feet and also the weight of your legs to kind of pull yourself up, you'll start to use the hands on the wall maybe only twice or maybe even once. And then eventually you'll be able to drop back into a back bend without the wall. So let's walk up and down about 1 more time. Up and down the wall. Inhale. Exhale, walk down. And then inhale, walk back up. And then inhale, we'll reach our arms up into the sky. Exhale, bow and fold into a deep forward bend. Bend your knees and really hang your head. Inhale, lift your heart flat back. Exhale, bow and fold, deep forward bend. One more time. Inhale, lift your heart flat back. Exhale, bow and fold, deep forward bend. Grab opposite elbows and rock your body side to side for 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to lay down on the mat with your head facing away from the wall. So you don't want the wall behind you. You want open space behind you. And we're going to press up into our shoulder stand. So for your shoulder stand, place the hands outside the body and pressing off with the feet, send your hips above your torso. Place your hands on your back. Start to walk your hands from the low back to the upper back. Straighten out the spine and send the legs up into the sky. Keep your chin lifted and avoid gazing from side to side. You don't want to hurt your neck. From your shoulder stand, you'll want to bend at the hips, hinge at the hips, and let the feet find the earth, and really let the toes come all the way down, tops of the feet coming down to the earth into Halasana. And then from here, you can come into Deaf Man's Pose, bend at the knees and wrap your knees around your ears. And then you can stay in your shoulder stand as long as you need to. And whenever you are ready to come down out of your shoulder stand, you either want to use your hands pressing into the low back, or if you have the strength, pressing into the mat, lower down 1 vertebra at a time, literally 1 vertebra at a time. Lower all the way down. And find your Savasana and rest. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.